All right, I'm going to replace the sunroof motor, but first we're going to test it out. Test it out first and make sure a fuse is not blown. I have pulled this apart. That was up here. See how this was up here. We pulled that apart. We pried it apart with a small screwdriver. See, it snaps. It snaps right back in. Got places up here where it snaps right back in. So I use this Milwaukee long screwdriver right here. See? Well, yeah, right here. I use this right here, and it came right out without any scratches or damages on this cover. You don't want to scratch it or damage it, okay? So we're going to test. I can hear, if you can hear, so I assume that I have power. When I push it, I can hear a relay clicking, so I must have power. So, but I'm gonna test it anyway to see what power is. So we're gonna unplug this connector and test it for power. Get our volt multimeter and check and see if we getting any power to that motor, so I can run this sunroof. See, it's stuck on tilted. I can't get it back down. So I'm gonna check it out. Here we go. Okay, we got to take this down. So we got I got my finger in the way, sorry. We have to take these screws out. We got 1, 2, like a star bit screws, and we got 2 right here. 1, 2. So I got this kit right here that have DeWalt kit that have different star bits. So I found the correct one, which is this one right here. See? So I'm gonna try to hold on to this phone. Oh, we drill this screw out, so we don't want to lose this screw. So I'm gonna drill out very slow. And I'm gonna put it in the place where I know it won't get lost. So I'm gonna put it in the light drop, and I will be back. I'm gonna put it in the place in the cup holder where it won't get lost. Okay. Save the screw so it won't get lost, and we will be back. Whenever I took this last screw out right here, let me turn it over so that you can see it. Whenever I took this last screw out right here, this dropped down, so you got to hold it. Maybe get someone else to help you hold it. See where the 2 screws go in, and 2 right here, and you got 2, let me see, 2 right here, and you got 2 right there. So make sure you hold this so it won't drop down on your head, okay? So we have this assembly that we're going to take the connector loose. And when I take the connector loose, I'm going to test and see what type of voltage that we have going to the switches that's connected to this connector, this female connector. So we're going to test for voltage. I think it'd be best if I test for voltage coming in, and we also can test and make sure the voltage is getting to this connector, because we may have, I doubt it, but you never know, we may have bad wiring from this connector to this connector, or from this connector coming in, the power coming in. So we're going to check that, and then we'll check and see if power is getting to the motor. If we're getting power to this connector and this connector. All right, my friends, hang on. Here we go, because there's the motor. See it right there? It's got 2 screw bolts right here, 1 right here, and 1 right here. And once you take these off, please be careful not to lose this, because that's where you're going to put the screws in. Your screw's going to go in here. So we got this connector and this connector, and then your motor will come out And hopefully, I hope y'all, we don't have to get that for, but it seems like that's what's going on. All right, that motor is $900 at Toyota. You cannot buy it at an auto parts store. It's a Toyota part, that Toyota only. Toyota only. So you got to go to the Toyota supplier dealer and get this little small motor for $900. 900, y'all. Okay, we have pulled this connector out that goes to the motor itself. See this connector that goes, that goes to the motor. This is a female connector right here that's plugging into the sunroof motor, which is right here. There it is, y'all, that $900 baby. So I'm going to check, and I haven't got anyone to hold the camera, but we're going to try right here. We're going to check for a voltage coming to this harness, coming out of this harness, going into this motor. If we got voltage coming out of this harness right here, this connector going into the motor, then we got a bad motor. And we'll check the motor too. I'm trying to do everything I can do to not buy that $900 motor, y'all. All right, let's look at this. I'm gonna try to hold it. There's my multimeter. I got it set to set it to volts DC, because we're looking for DC coming out of this connector. So fix this thing, y'all. Toyota get mad at me all they want to, man, but the prices, I just can't handle it, especially if I have experience in doing electrical work. But I'm gonna show you how to do it, okay? So this harness, I'm gonna try, y'all, so see what we get coming out of it. We're gonna put one right here. And we got on our, and I wish I had somebody to hold to show you. It's got 12 volts, y'all. It's 12 volts coming out of this harness. So, time to take this baby out. We'll take a look at it. All right. So we had to go get and dig into my Craftsman ratchet set. Is cause this bolt up here is a metric number 10. Metric number 10. Okay, it's a metric number 10. See, that fits it. And when you take it out right here, I didn't have any nut drivers that fit that at the time. I could have went to Home Depot to get some, but I want to get this motor out of here because truck been sitting for almost a week, so I didn't have any of these to fit it in metric. I wish I did with the drill. It would have been easier, but that's all right. I got my Craftsman ratchet set, and we're going to take this motor out, and we will be back, y'all. Number 10. Okay, we have the motor out. Let me show you this motor. We have the assembly out right here. Here's the assembly. And there's that little booger right there, that little $900 booger right there, y'all. So the teeth, these are plastic and they can get wore out also, but they look good. As you can see, they look very good. And also, if you look, this is where, if you look, this is where the motor sits in. The teeth look good. You can look at that and tell that if the teeth are worn, they are plastic, that will cause a problem also. I think that should have been metal instead of plastic, because that can cause a problem. But those look very good. Look very good. Okay. Plastic. that's running this rod. That's running. See the rod? Let's see if I can get up in here so you can see that rod that is actually being turned by the motor on these teeth. Plastic. That's turning this rod that's controlling the sunroof. Okay, oh, it looks good. Thank God. Looks good. Okay. Okay, to take this motor off of this assembly, there's 4 screws. See, 1, 2, 3. And there's 3 I got in this one. I don't know where the other one is. I just took it off and I don't see another one here. It's got a hole for it. I guess this been replaced before, because as you can see, this looks, this is the motor, 12 volt. And we're getting 12 volt going into the motor from the harness and connectors, 12 volts. And when you take this motor off of the assembly, make sure, see those nuts right there that's in the gap? Make sure that you don't lose, I thought that was the rain coming. Make sure that you don't lose these nuts. That's in the cut. They're in the cut, y'all. So I'm gonna take this motor off of here. This 12 volt, $900 motor. And look at it and see if I can see any defects before I'll spend my $900 to order this motor. All right. Okay, y'all, I'm going to show you this right here. This may save you $900. This covering is protecting a circuit board that's underneath here. I don't want to take it off. I will come back and show you the circuit board, but it has 2 clamps right here that lift up, and it also has 2 clamps right there that lifts up. It also has a clamp right there. So once you unplug the connector, you got these clamps, and up under this plastic covering is a circuit board. So let's look at this circuit board. Okay, here is the circuit board that's underneath. Make sure when you take this circuit board off that you really know what you're doing. Make sure that you are grounded. You might want to get a wrist strap and ground yourself, because it has some very sensitive electronic parts here. And it has 2 connectors with pins that go into connectors underneath. I cleaned this circuit board with an eraser, so be careful when doing this. I do not recommend novice or beginners or anyone that does not know what's going on to do this. But once I took this circuit board out and cleaned it, wiped it off, and made sure that it was making connection with the small, very small connectors underneath, the motor started working. The $900 motor got some booster shot and it started working. So that's a blessing for me, but it may not be the problem all the time. But that's something that I did check out before I spent $900 on that motor. And the motor is working. All right. As you can see, our sunroof is closed. We can tilt it up, tilt it back down, and we are in business. The motor is running. Okay. All right. That's a quick fix for not spending $900 on that $900 motor. That booger is expensive. So I hope that if you got skills, you can clean the circuit board, make sure that it's seated properly, and you have the same $900 saving results that I had. All right, it's a good day.